Getting the balance right in the low end is always tricky, and something especially in deep techno where we have deep kicks that might be decaying and yet having a bass that is carrying the track and that might fight the punch, yet that is mandatory to support the track and to have that grounding aspect. And so this question is something that I encounter a lot in masterings that I'm doing, and every track is different and might need different approach. Today I'm going to use mastering I'm working on, and it's just the first step of the whole mastering chain, and it's just that control of the low end while using simple EQ moves. So hello dear audio resource and fellow music makers, welcome for this new video on low end control. Hope you'll enjoy this. We have here a track of an artist that I enjoy a lot, which is GSSG, and I'm mastering a big release for him with several tracks. And so I did the first pass of EQing, and while doing so, I wanted to address something in the low end. And let's play the track first for you. This is what's happening. So we hear the kick has a quite long decay too, but it's mandatory to support a bit the track, because if we had just a pock, it wouldn't carry the whole track. And then the bass is rolling below it, and it's nice, but it feels a bit glued. And while I want to add punch, I also want to keep a sense of cohesion between them. So I'm going to fix this with two simple moves. And the first move was to go for the fundamental of the kick with this EQ here. I'm going to solo that for a second for you to listen. Oh, take out that just for... This is the body of the kick. And so the first thing I did was to reduce that to an amount that I felt was taking out the mud. Feel without the EQ, we have a feeling of kind of constant bass lingering around, and this on a big sound system with big subwoofers will make just a kind of constant rumble. But while removing that, I felt that I had one issue, that was that the kick lost impact. So I removed this, but then I pushed it upwards with dynamic mode with a pretty short attack, not at 0, because then it starts really to distort, and I don't want the low end to distort. And I have a very short release, so it's just pushing the punch of the kick back without the dynamic move. We feel the pump in the low end, and the kick is back again. Yet we remove the lingering decay of the kick that was a bit too strong, right? Before. Now, the release time might be something adjusted to taste how much of that decay do I want to preserve. Here I'm nearly back at the original situation. This I don't like at all. In this area is something that I enjoy. It has the punch, it has a kind of bounciness to it. It's not overpowering, and it feels more clean. Also, this is something important, the room will also resonate, and so the bass will be already lingering around for longer because of the acoustics of the place. But now that I had this, I had a feeling, which was that before we felt a kind of more carrying energy. The whole kick with the decay was carrying more the track through time. It was keeping energy, even if it was making it more muddy, it was keeping that kind of feeling. And now that I removed that, there is part of me that felt that the sub energy was lacking. It feels like the track lost a bit of weight, right? It's not just feeling, the track lost weight because it lost sustained energy in the lows. And so what I did here was a kind of silly move, and it took me a bit of time of fiddling around to adjust this. But it was to add here this band, which is an all-pass filter. So I'm not touching the frequency control, but I'm just changing the phase. And the more you will put that, the more the filter will end up having pre-ringing and post-ringing. So basically what I'm doing is that I'm extending the decay, but below that frequency. And you will feel that this will kind of psychoacoustically add an octave to that. So the frequencies that were below the fundamental of the kick, but that were still with energy there, now are staying for a little longer. So the main body of the kick that was resonating has been controlled, has been reduced, has been shortened in time, but what's happening after decays for longer. So I'm compacting where the lingering sound is, and I'm extending the time after. Let's listen before and after. You need proper subwoofers or really very great headphones to hear that. Maybe what I could do, let's try that for a second. So if we play the delta of that without the all pass, and with the all pass, you feel it's like that last octave expansion. So without the delta, I gain back this kind of body. So now if I mute the whole EQ before and after, let's bypass it here so it's more visible. Before, so now I gain back this heaviness, this depth in the lower subs, and I could get back some punch. And so I feel that I kept the ID, the identity of this low end while clearing it up. And this is something important. I tried to fix it while preserving the identity of the track. And if I was just to reduce the lingering fundamental of the kick, the track would have lost this identity of really like embracing and very deep low end. And this all pass filter helped me to actually feed again, to again feel the identity of this low end. So pretty short video about that, but yeah, I thought it was worth sharing. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, leave me a little like, leave me some comments if you have, subscribe to the channel if you're not doing this yet. Many of you are watching the videos and are not subscribing. And yeah, see you soon for more. Take care and bye-bye.